Sarah Brodie for the Toronto Art Therapy Institute. Psychodynamic issues in theory and practice. Case example number 7, blossoms and thorns. Okay, so you have the image, blossoms and thorns, in front of you. I should say that these are not the artist's or the patient's titles. These are mine, just to facilitate naming all of the files and making sure that you have the right file in front of you. Okay, so this is a 15-year-old girl. You got a little bit of her history and her course of therapy when I told you about the office space. And here we have something from about her maybe 25th session. She brought in her sketchbook, and this was a part of the therapy was that she would bring her sketchbook in to show me the drawings she had done in between. And this drawing followed a session just before, so the 24th session, which was quite unique. In that session, and I'll let you guys make all of the connections here, but the session prior, her mom had called me panicked and had left a message saying that she was going to be showing up at her daughter's art therapy session and wanted to come in because she had concerns about the girl's safety. And in she came, and daughter did not know her mom would be there. So there was quite a lot of tension. And we did, with my assessment, we did a dyadic session where mother and daughter were present. Up until this point, I had been meeting with mother separately, always working to gain collaboration between a 15-year-old girl of what to use these sessions for. But it was parent work, and it was to help give this girl some space to individuate, to separate. Part of that was working with a mother to address some of her anxieties and talk about parenting a teen and the transitions that they were going through at that time. And the girl was glad that was separate. And remember, I was also seeing her in an office space where I was only working with that girl and separately with her mom. And I'd see the mom about once a month and the girl every week. So here we have, we're back in the room, mom and daughter are there, and mom says that morning she'd had a shower and the steam had filled the bathroom and had revealed a drawing on the mirror that, as these, you know what I mean, it's invisible until the steam comes, and then all of a sudden something that you drew on the mirror reappears. And in this case, it was a drawing, a body outline, and written around the perimeter of the body said body dysmorphia. And this scared the mother so much, and she came in and sat down. And she also shared how she had inquired what these scratches were on her daughter's wrist, and that the daughter had dismissed them as cat scratches. Now I knew they were cuts, and that she had cut herself about 2 weeks prior. And this was a hot topic of her therapy at that time. And I, on the spot, and these are these moments that now that I'm telling you this, I'm opening myself up for some being on the firing line of some judgment perhaps, but I in this moment, I felt like this was the real reason that the mom was concerned for her daughter's safety and didn't know whether to believe her daughter or not. And I sought the daughter's sort of on-the-spot consent to be able to elaborate on both of these questions of the body dysmorphia and the cutting. And daughter nodded. My patient nodded, the girl, and I explained, which was such a terrifying moment for this mom to have this information that she had to get from me. It was a lot. There was a lot going on that we can unpack together, and a lot of crying and a lot of the kinds of upset that, in fact, I think would be really what a young girl would need to see, that she is loved and that she that her pain is shared. So that's the session prior. We meet again. I open up by saying, how was that? How was that joint session? We're alone, right? It's just me and 15-year-old girl. How was that? What was that like for you? And she says to me, oh, hard to explain. And she pulls out her sketchbook, not so much related, but just because, like, she wasn't giving it to me to answer, but she shows me this drawing. And I think it speaks measures, in fact, and I'll leave it at that for us to discuss in the forum.